He marched into the packed Virginia federal courthouse like he owned the building. "Today we finally put your pathetic startup out of its misery," my brother Sebastian crowed, loud enough for reporters to scribble it down. Behind him, our parents sat in the front row, Dad in his signature navy blazer, Mom already clutching a lace handkerchief for the tears she planned to leak on cue. Their lawyer began reading the emergency motion to appoint a receiver over Nova Shield Technologies, insolvent and fraudulently managed. I stood silent at the podium, hands folded, waiting. Then Judge Harlan Brooks did something no one expected. He stopped mid-sentence, stared at the case caption, and quietly asked the clerk to pull up something on the monitor. 30 seconds later the blood drained from his face. "Counsel," he barked, sidebar. "Right now." That was the exact moment Sebastian realized the grave he'd dug wasn't for me. I started Nova Shield in a storage unit office with $4,200 and a classified encryption algorithm I wrote while still in grad school. The Castellano family doesn't do storage units. We do dynasties. Dad turned Castellano Maritime into the largest private shipping fleet on the East Coast. Sebastian, the golden son, was already executive VP at 29. My little sister Alessandra married a diplomat and never had to lift a finger. And me, Lucia Castellano, the spare daughter with a weird computer obsession, walked away from a guaranteed VP slot at Dad's company to chase hacker fantasies. Dad's parting shot: "Cybersecurity is a fad, Lucia. You'll bankrupt yourself in 2 years and come home begging. I won't bail you out." I never asked. The first 6 years were hell. I lived in that storage unit for 8 months, showered at Planet Fitness, lost 30 pounds from stress, and watched 2 investors pull out after Sebastian helpfully warned them I was unstable. Family gatherings became public executions. "Still playing with code?" Sebastian would sneer. "Careful, Lucia. Someone might actually take you seriously one day." Dad would laugh. They never saw the quiet DARPA grant in year 4, the classified Navy contract in year 6, or the bombshell last month. Nova Shield awarded a $227 million sole source contract for quantum-resistant encryption across the entire U.S. missile defense grid. I operated under Lucia Vega, CEO, no maiden name, no family connection. Easier to let them keep believing I was failing. Then Sebastian stumbled across a redacted contract summary at a defense industry gala and panicked. A successful sister was unacceptable. 10 days later, he filed an emergency petition claiming Nova Shield owed the family trust $4.1 million in bridge loans, complete with forged signatures, fabricated board minutes, and financials showing negative $60 million equity. Pure fiction designed to freeze my assets and spook the Pentagon. Judge Brooks came back from sidebar looking like he'd swallowed lightning. "Let the record reflect," he began, voice carrying to the rafters, "that Nova Shield Technologies is currently the sole provider of quantum-resistant encryption for the United States Continental Missile Defense Initiative. The Department of Defense has already filed an amicus brief, received 5 minutes ago, stating that any receivership would constitute a direct threat to national security." Sebastian's lawyer went fishbelly white. Judge Brooks held up the forged promissory note. "This document claims a loan from 2020. Curious. The PDF was created last Thursday on a laptop registered to Castellano Maritime corporate offices." He held up another page. "And this signature from Lucia Vega was supposedly witnessed while she was briefing the Joint Chiefs in a SCF that logs every entrant. Guess whose badge never scanned in?" The gallery erupted in whispers. Sebastian tried to stand. His knees buckled. "Motion denied with prejudice," Judge Brooks thundered. "I am opening a criminal contempt inquiry and forwarding this entire file to the U.S. Attorney for investigation of fraud, perjury, and attempted sabotage of a critical defense contractor. Bailiffs, please escort Mr. Castellano and counsel to holding." Sebastian's scream echoed down the marble hallway. "She's my sister." Judge Brooks looked straight at me. "Miss Vega, the court apologizes for this circus. Your company's clearance and reputation remain pristine. Good day. Keep our missiles safe." Sebastian took a plea: 26 months, $3 million restitution, lifetime ban from any cleared facility. Dad's shipping contracts were put under review for conflict of interest. Mom's Christmas cards go straight to the shredder. Nova Shield is now valued at $1.4 billion. We just opened a second headquarters in Colorado Springs. My son Mateo will never meet the grandparents who tried to bankrupt his mother before he was born. He'll know the engineers who worked weekends, the investors who bet on a woman in steel-toed boots, the team that turned "you'll fail" into "you just saved the free world." They dragged me to court to bury my pathetic startup. The judge buried them instead. Some people would rather commit federal crimes than admit they were wrong about you. I just made sure the record showed who the real failure was. If your own blood ever tried to destroy what you built, drop your story below. Like and subscribe. More ice-cold justice on the way.